Hi. So I was talking about giving you guys a surprise in the last videos, right? So this is it. I have been able to procure a RTX 5090 from Gigabyte, which is a water-cooled version. Now I am fully equipped to build a PC that is a gaming monster. You literally cannot make any higher configuration Intel PC right now. With it took me a lot of time to procure, especially the graphic cards, because of the paper loans by Nvidia, and it was very difficult. But I finally got my hands on this beauty, on this RTX 5090 from Gigabyte. And now I had anyways a long-standing plan to build a PC once the RTX 5090 is available. So what we are going to do today is we are going to build a gaming PC with this cabinet from Corsair 6500X. We have a 1600 watt power supply from Cooler Master. We are going to use a 4 terabyte of NVMe SSD M2, 64 gigs of 6000, what do you call it, megahertz memory, and we'll go as the system takes us. It'll be really exciting to build this PC with you. This is the first time I'm showing my face on the screen as well on this channel, so it's really exciting. And I thought if I were to reveal my face, what good opportunity to do that with a RTX 5090. So let's get building, guys. Alright, so I selected this cabinet for my PC. It is the Corsair 6500. It's a nice one with the full view, glass panel on the front, glass panel on the right, and it supports up to 360 radiators. And my build is also gonna be something like that, because I'm gonna go with a 360 radiator for my CPU cooling, and a 360 radiator is part of the RTX 5090 from Gigabyte Waterforce. Anyways, it's a AIO graphics card, so that also has a 360 radiator. And my CPU, I selected a CPU cooler, which is and we are gonna use this Horus Waterforce X2 360. This is the cooler we are going to use for our CPU. Alright, so we have the motherboard, we have the processor, 14th generation i9 14900K. We are going to go with this RAM, Vengeance RGB DDR5. It's 64 GB, 6000 megahertz, 2 modules of 32 gigs each. And then I'm gonna put one 4 terabyte of P3 Plus Crucial NVMe M.2 SSD on this. That's the plan. So let's start one by one. Let me put these things aside for a while, and let's get cracking. So where do I open this from? I guess that's a Gigabyte seal. It's a flap actually. Yeah, so we are off. This is it. Let's take it out from the anti-static packing that it comes with. I'm not gonna look at the other stuff that is beneath it right now, because I think we don't need it as of now, but we do need the box, because that's the default place where you set up your motherboard. So give me a minute, I'll set it up. So we have it, and let me open this and carefully let it slide out of this. Wow, it's a full black thing. If you can see, it is beautiful with all the fins and everything. It looks nice. It has, I think, plenty of NVMe space here as well. And I think now it's up to user preference how they want to start building the PC. I think what we can do first is to do the hard part, which is to take up the processor. So let me get cracking on this one. Where do I always fail to find where do I put my knife in? So it's this. I have to be very careful. I can't drop this. I will put this aside and oh, damn. Yes. So this is the processor. I'm not gonna take it out as of now from the protective casing it is in. Let me open this latch, take this up, and then I will carefully, very carefully take out the, if you see closely, you have a notch here, an arrow here on this part, and you need to match it with the arrow that is here on the CPU motherboard. What you do is very slowly just let it drop and always align and make sure that it is seated properly. Then what you can do is you can take it down and okay, my protective thing fell before I could do anything else, but now the processor is mounted, so that is taken care of. Alright, so now we can take any order in order to decide what we want to do next. We can either do the SSD or the memories. Let's first do the SSDs. So this shroud, the thermal guard for the NVMe disks, I can remove it. And it should come, I think, yeah, a couple of spins more, and it is off. It is with the thermal sticker, but it is guarded by this protective plastic. Right now we will remove it before we apply. Let's open our SSD. This is a Gen 4 SSD. I decided not to go with a Gen 5 because I think while Gen 5 offers very nice performance, they are a bit expensive as of now, and also like it's a lot of money that I have already spent getting this PC. So I would just go with this. This is what I always use when I need more storage on a 2280 format, because it is cheaper. The bigger the size, like in physical size, the cheaper the SSD. This one is 2280 and it is a 4 terabytes. So I'll put it here. I'll just need to match up the notch. And good thing is this doesn't need a screw. Crucial provides a screw with the SSD, like I show here, but we won't be needing it because this is spring mounted rubber notches here that you can use to just grip the SSD. So I'll just put the SSD in, and there is a satisfying click, and then I can just fix it like this. Was I correct? I think I was. Yeah, it's in. So this is in, and now what we can do is we can put this shroud back, but before that we need to make sure that this is the one that will align with the SSD here. So what we'll do is I will pull the protective layer off and allow me to stand up, because I need to line up this with the holes perfectly without letting the disk stick. So I want to do it in one go, which I am not right now able to, but now I got it. So we are done, guys. We have successfully installed the SSD. Successfully is a subjective term. We need to still turn it on and find out if it works or not. But our next order of business is to open up this beautiful Corsair 64 gigabyte two modules of 32 gigabytes each. This is at clocked at 6000 megahertz, and of course it's RGB. So let me open that, and these are the modules. Let me open it. Yes, so this is how they look, and I'll be using this in a dual channel configuration, so I'm gonna use it in a A2B2 configuration. So let me put it aside, take both the modules out, and then put the plastic out. So what I'm gonna do, as you can see here, it says first A2 B2. So this is A2, A1, A2, B1, B2. So second slot here and fourth slot here is where our SSD will go. Be very sure of, first open all both the sides of the notches, and then carefully align the notch. And DDR5 does a very bad job because the notch is almost in the middle, and I always struggle. See, the first one was correct. It's like a USB-A port all over again. Yeah, and then what you should do is press it from both ends until you hear the click, which is satisfying. And I will remove the plastic from the front, this plastic bit, just for it was for protection, and the work is done. Let me do the next one, which is the same module. We'll repeat the steps, but we'll put it in the B2 slot. So I have already the tabs open. I will align it and press it down firmly, and there are those two satisfying clicks. So now we have the RAM in, the CPU in, and the SSD already in. So I think we can move on to how we want to plan our cooling, and let's take a break here. So let's talk about a bit of airflow. So what I'm planning to do is, this is a dual chamber case. So what we are going to do is, we are going to put 3 fans here on the bottom of the case, so that it pulls the cold air in the system. I'm going to side mount the GPU cooler, so that I can push the air out from there. And then we are going to top mount the CPU cooler, so that we can basically exhaust the hot air on top as well. Apologies for the camera setup. It's a tiny room where I'm shooting this, but I'll try to just explain it overall and then zoom into particular sections and show you what I'm gonna do. So as I explained, and I made a screw up. I am 1 fan short. My original plan was to put 3 pull fans in the bottom, and then use the 2 radiators for GPU and the CPU to exhaust out of the system. Also put 1 fan in the rear to exhaust the hot air out. Right now what I'm going to be doing is, because I am 1 fan short, I already have ordered it, so I will install it tomorrow, but I didn't want to wait for that fan to come in and delay this video. I'm going to do what I'm going to do as already planned. I'll put 3 fans at the bottom that will put cold air in, and then all the radiators will do the push, so that they will exhaust the hot air out. And I will put this fan here when I get it tomorrow in the rear of the case. That will also kind of push the hot air out. This is the exact same configuration that I have been using on my other PC with RTX 4090 AIO and i7-13700K, and it has been doing good while being in a wooden cabinet. So I expect this cabinet is not going to be inside a wooden cabinet, so the cooling performance would be at par. So that was the explanation how I'm going to apply, how am I planning to manage the airflow within the case. Let's get to the actual installation of fans, radiators and everything. Alright, so it's time for us now to put the motherboard in. This is the RTX motherboard. So this case has already all the studs mounted. I just need to put it with alignment to them. and then tighten the 9 screws that we have to make it sit properly on the inside the case. So I will start now tightening all the screws. Always do that in a zigzag manner so that you already have the alignment figured out. It's tougher to find and look for alignment once you have committed to a lot of screws. Like this right now is not, I don't think is perfectly aligned with the stud in the bottom. So all the screws are now in. What we can now do is we can install the graphic card. My full face is not in the frame, but this is the RTX 5090 Aorus Extreme from Gigabyte. It's a AIO version, and I always like the AIOs. I have the 4090 from Gigabyte itself on another PC that I use, which was my main driver until today. From now on, this PC is gonna be my main driver gaming PC, but that one also is water cooled version, and the where that PC is actually placed, it is actually inside a cabinet, a wooden cabinet, and still the temperature on high gaming loads never crosses 60-65 degrees on graphic card. My CPU sometimes on that older PC reaches 80-85 degrees even when it is water cooled, like AIO cooled, while compiling shaders and stuff. But the GPU always has run silently and cold from Gigabyte for 4090. That has been my experience. Very interested to find out how this one performs. So let's open this up. I never find in the first attempt where do I need to open it from, but I found it. This is where I need to make the cut, and I think we are off now. I can open it up. This is the hero of this video, the Gigabyte RTX 5090, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a nice Aorus booklet with some warranty information as well as some stickers, which is cute. And then yeah, this I'm not gonna read, so that's fine. I'll put this aside for a second. Let me center it a bit. I'm a bit excited and all over the place right now. So inside, let's go to the what is this? This is a Gigabyte badge with a 3M tape behind it. So I think once the build is done, we can put this on the CPU case, which is good. And then this is the hero with the pump beneath it. So let me just a second very carefully get rid of the foam. Isn't it beautiful? It has this plastic protection stickers. I will remove it later, but it is connected to, and let me take the radiator out, to this 3 fans built in. So this is the whole unit, and I think we will find a 12 VH our power or adapter here. I actually would have liked the connector, but I think it will be in the power supply. But this is the NVIDIA provided connector, 12 pin, that goes into the graphic card. And if you look at the graphic card, it is perpendicularly going in. It's not slanted like the Founders Edition. If you look at this, this is perpendicular like this. In the Founders Edition, you can put it like at a 45 or 30 degree angle, which is more preferable to avoid tensions. But with the scarcity of GPUs right now, specifically 5090s, I will take what I got. So this is the NVIDIA provided extension. Just this is like 32 pin in total, like 8 each, that will go to the PCI Express power supply, and this one will plug into the GPU. So let's talk about the power supply first, because I am not really happy with what NVIDIA provides for the power supply of the GPU. I think in the power supply that I got, I went with a kind of a overkill. It's a Cooler Master Platinum 1600 V2. So it's a 1600 watt power supply. I went this way because in my earlier PC that I built 2-3 years back, it was a i7 3700K with a 4090 water cooled GPU from Gigabyte itself. It kept crashing without reason. I couldn't troubleshoot it, nor could Gigabyte. They were very supportive, but they couldn't find out why it was crashing, or they couldn't replicate exactly my usage situation where and it was crashing anytime. Like for months it will run fine, and then it will suddenly start, full fan speed and screen goes blank, that kind of things. Then I upgraded to a 1500 power supply, 1500 watt power supply, and that issue still happens. However, it is only once in a month or sometimes, which is a little immersion breaking, I accept, but at the same time, there was nothing that they could objectively find about the GPU that was wrong, so that they could RMA it. So yeah, I have been using that PC with that issue, but not a lot of trouble as such. But that's why this time I, from the beginning, am going with a 1600 watt supply, so that the TDP, whatever the system demands, is at dispersal, because I'm going to use a lot of SSDs and not traditional spinning hard disks. So I think the power usage is going to be a bit lower. So without further ado, let's open this up. So this is basically the power supply, and this is, I think, the bag in which the whole cables will be supplied. Let's put it aside for a minute, put the papers back, and yeah, this is the Cooler Master. Oh, it's heavy. This is the power supply. So let me put the box aside and open the power supply. Yes, so what does this say? Fan will not spin until a specific core temperature. It is fine. So this is the power supply. It's fully modular, and it has that, I think, 12V 2x connectors here. If you can see, this is what I was looking for, because that is very convenient to use with a larger graphic card like RTX 5090. So let me find that cable, and I will be back. So I found the cable. It's this one. They are usually marked with 600 watts, and this one will go in the this is at the PSU end. As you can see here, it says PSU. So this will go here like this. You can't screw this up. It goes only in one way, and then this will basically feed into the graphic card. So this makes it really easy to put it into the graphic card. So this is what I wanted to check before I decide which power cables to use with the GPU. But the power supply is really good. They provided this as well, and I think they provide two of them. I will confirm it later, but that's what the power supply we are going to use. Okay, so what we did is I mounted the fans of the and the radiator for the GPU on the side chamber. I will now take off the plastic from the fans. It is pushing the air out. That's how I installed it. And now I'm gonna do the honors of putting the card in. So I'm gonna remove the protective layer from the top of the card, as well as I think there is a one in the bottom, two of them. All right, we are ready to go in. I'm every time very scared with this, but I think I got it. And there is the click, and I think this is the thumb screw I was using. Okay, so I think the GPU is now secure. Yes, good job. Now let's do the CPU cooler. So where is my knife? I hope I'm not sitting on it. It's here, sorry. So this time my friend helped me to find where exactly it opens from. He already opened it, so let me just open it here. So this is the AIO for the CPU. It is compatible with AMD ones as well as the Intel ones. I will have to do some R&D to find out how exactly and how it goes in, but I'll figure it out. Let's see what is available inside the. So these are the fans, one of those fans, and those are all daisy chainable with this connectors. So it's nice. So there is 1, 2, and 3 fans here, and they are magnetic. See, they are already attracting each other, so they will go with each other let me show you. And this is very good because it kind of gets rid of wires, so you can just connect them like how, like this, and then you put the third one in. The magnets also is really strong, and when I say strong, it broke down, but yeah, that's Murphy's law talking to you. But make sure that they are oriented this way or the same way, so that every fan is pulling or pushing from the same direction. So that's the fans. Let me put that one aside. I think I next need to take out the pump. This is the pump and the radiator here. Oh god, it's heavy, and I think it will have a box. Let's first talk about the box, because this will, I think, hold all the brackets and other stuff inside this. So this is that. I dropped the thermal paste. So this is the thermal paste that came with it, and I think this is the main cable that will go to the CPU headers from the fans, which is also magnetic. Pretty nice build quality and a lot of brackets, because it should be compatible with a lot of socket sizes. So that is that. Next time we meet, I would have already figured out which socket and which bracket we need to use that is compatible to the Intel one, and I would have assembled this. I'm not gonna use this thermal paste though. I think I have thermal grizzly lying around somewhere in my house. I will use thermal grizzly, so let's do that. Alright, so the fans are mounted on the radiator. It was easy if you do it one fan by one, so that because all of them are magnetically connected, and there is only one this kind of connector that goes right into the bottom of the on the last fan, and then that header will plug into your RGB and your CPU headers. So that's cool. I think there is also a SATA cable coming out of it. I think that is for the power, and there is another. I think this is for the. This will go to the pump header on the CPU. So that is it. I think we are ready to mount the CPU. Let's take it in a bit. All right, let's do the thermal paste now. I have this Cryonaut Extreme from Thermal Grizzly. That's what I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna use the stock paste that Gigabyte gave us with the radiator. And I will let the comments decide did I put the right way or not, but here it goes. So I believe in a X and dots, so X, I'm doing the best I can right now. Dot, dot, dot. I think I applied a bit too much, but it will even out when I put the block in, so should be all right. Now what I'm gonna do is, it's an ugly job, I know. If it gives me bad temperatures, I will consult someone or somebody who can handle it better. But this is what we are gonna do now. So I will get the bracket for Intel. I will slide it in and twist it so that it's secure. And then very important, don't forget take this out. And then this is the radiator that I'm mounted on the top. I don't know if you can see it. Just a second. This one. No, I'm sliding it the wrong way. Yeah. So here is the radiator. Here is the radiator, and I am exhausting fans air out. So that's how it's configured. Now all we need to do is I need to kind of just make sure that there is no tension. All right, so the CPU is in, the GPU is in. Oh, the only thing we need to now do is to connect everything with power. All right, now this is the time to bring the power supply in. So as this is a 2-chamber chassis and I removed the drive caddies, there is a lot of space. So I decided to plug in the cables afterwards. I will also remove this one, the graphic card one. Let's just put the plain power supply in. Just a second. So it's time for us to put the power supply in. All right, and we are done. We have built the PC. Now it's time to test if it turns on and gives us the post. So let's go there. All right, so time to turn it on.
It's on.
Alright, so that was the RTX 5090 gaming PC build. It was really nice to work with you guys on this one, and also very important for me in terms of a milestone where I was able to show my face on the screen. I was pretty nervous about it in the initial part of it, but then I thought really hard that because I couldn't make the decision whether I want to show my face or not. But I think there is no harm in showing your face. It only makes the connection more tighter, more closer. So I'm happy that I was able to show my face, and if that brings us closer, what better than that, right? I will keep making videos. The last couple of weeks have been crazy, and I have been not able to regularly upload videos, but I am working on a schedule where I can keep my work going on as well, and do this and on top of that as well, while making sure both none of them are compromised in quality, what I do. So be on a lookout for more interesting content on the channel. uh, Really happy I could do this. See you later. Middle aged gamer signing off.